Hey everybody, my name is Todd H, and I work for Motor Trend Group, planning experiential marketing programs for all of the brands that we work with and clients that we have. So I essentially get to travel around the world working on car events, whether that be Formula One or NASCAR, or the Pebble Beach Concours. So that kind of leads me to a lot of the things that I was struggling with prior to working with DC Fitness. Because I was on the road so much, my diet sucked. My workouts were probably sporadic, to say the at best. And I just didn't really have a routine, and I kind of fell out of place with my health. I've always been a pretty healthy guy, and I've always really valued working out. And because I was working so much, I kind of got off of track. So, you know, come December of 2019, it got to the point where I wasn't fitting into any of my clothes. I wasn't even comfortable going shopping, and that was actually something that I really liked to do. And I just wasn't feeling confident in myself anymore. So I ended up, it was actually December 31st. I went on a hike with my friend Christian, who happens to be working with DC Fitness also. And he, was talking about the program that he was on through DC Fitness and how he's had a lot of success. And I thought, you know what, there's really no reason why I should be waiting anymore. I know what I need to do. Let me give it a shot. So he referred me to DC Fitness. I had a consultation, and I didn't expect to sign up that day, to tell you the truth. I think probably the most skeptical part of it was knowing that I was coming out of, and I wasn't really skeptical, but knowing that I was coming out of the Christmas season, having spent money on gifts and all of that stuff, I was like, oh man, I don't know if I want to spend all of this money. But I thought to myself, if I need to invest in anything, it needs to be myself. So I made the leap, and I went ahead and did it. And I think it was probably the best gift that I ever gave to myself, because it's now, almost 6 months? No, like a little over 5 months later, and I've already lost 35 pounds. So let's see, what was I skeptical of? What held me back? I think I talked about it and covered what finally convinced me to take action. Breakthroughs. So let's talk about some breakthroughs that I had along this whole process. And by no means am I done yet. This is a long road. It's a slow burn. And I think that DC Fitness does a good job at really making you realize that this isn't necessarily a quick fix. There's a lot of hard work that gets to be placed into that. But I think the breakthroughs that I had in all of this was the science behind it, because it really is the science of how you eat your food, the macronutrients that you put inside, and how you structure your workouts and your day, and most importantly, the rest that you get also. I think a lot of people don't take into consideration that, if you don't make it to the gym that day, it's okay, because you make your best gains when your body is resting and you're feeding yourself and giving yourself the nutrients that it actually needs. And those were the things that I didn't really realize before. I always gave myself such a huge time by not making it to the gym. But if you focus on your, the calories in, calories out, but more importantly too, the macronutrients that you're doing, it legitimately works, whether or not you're on a cut or you're reverse dieting. And I'm sure DC Fitness will let you know what all of those terms mean, because I didn't even know what a reverse diet was until I was on this program. But it absolutely works. And I know that if I can do it, anybody can do it. And I know you probably hear that so many times, but this is coming from a guy who has been struggling with his weight his entire life. I was overweight as a kid. I got in shape when I was in college. I met my now husband, and we've been together for 8 years now. And kind of all along the way, with work and being in a relationship and going out to eat and kind of going back for seconds and having that dessert every time, things just kind of got lost. So I think that through DC Fitness, I was able to get back on track, and it was because of the nutrition program, but more importantly, the accountability coaching as well. It's super important to have somebody that's not necessarily your best friend, not your spouse, somebody that you can actually be accountable to, and that can hold you kind of like to the fire and let you know that you kind of either need to step it up, or that you're just, you're doing well, or if you do make a mistake, things are okay. And having that kind of unbiased opinion really, really helps. So if you are looking, to get into a program with DC Fitness, I, without a doubt, highly recommend it. Like I said, I'm in the middle of my program. I still probably have another 30 pounds to go, knowing where kind of I want to get just physique wise, but I now know that I will without a doubt get there, and it's through the guidance of DC Fitness that I have been able to get to the point where I'm at, and it's the first time that I've probably felt this way my entire life. So good luck on your journey. Hopefully you see that this is something for you, and I wish you best of luck.